Your boy Nguna in the house, back with another bang on video where, ladies and gentlemen, more transfer news for you guys because I'm going to talk about the Newcastle talisman Alan San-Maximin linking with Arsenal, Arteta going back to Felipe Coutinho. Is it going to be possible or not? We're going to speak about that, and probably congratulations to Nicola Pepe for becoming officially a father. Well, more than that, and also Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang gives a big hint of actually signing a new contract. Well, that will happen in the next video, so keep watching the whole lineup of the videos. Well, the first news is Alan San-Maximin is heavily watched by Napoli and Arsenal. According to certain information sources, Arsenal is very much interested in players camp have been already contacted. Well, not only that, according to certain information, Arsenal are eyeing the Newcastle winger, and the entourage of the player would even have already been solicited. Well, first of all, let me share with you an image that Nicola Pepe and his wife and probably his child, newborn baby. Congratulations to Nicola Pepe from all the Arsenal fans and from the Indian Guna. Well, not only this, Bukayo Saka, Arsenal actually posted out that, the first Premier League goal for Bukayo Saka, they posted out a video how Bukayo Saka scored that goal, to which Folarin Balogun actually retweeted it with a comment stating, "Congrats, bro." So Folarin Balogun, when are you gonna sign the thing, bro? Sign the thing, man. I think he needs a taste of that first team action, and that's the whole thing that he is sitting down and wanting to at Arsenal. Well, moving on. The drinks break having some effect on games and killing teams' momentum. It's happened to Wolves against Arsenal in the second half and Villa versus Liverpool now, and many examples previously as well. Alexander Lacazette has the same minutes per goal or assists, which is 137, as Harry Kane in the Premier League this season. So put some more respect in the name of Alexander Lacazette, because Harry Kane does anything and the whole media goes haywire and they're like, wow, Harry Kane this, Harry Kane that. And what about when something like Alex Lacazette does something like that? Oh, he's a foreign player. Oh, we expect him to do more. I mean, come on, man, come on. Well, not only this, Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta is a big fan and believed to have an interest in Felipe Coutinho. But that's not likely to happen with Mesut Ozil still in the building. And that is the biggest problem. We're talking about it. Sol Campbell has opened up about Aubameyang. He says he needs to sit down with his people and have a serious conversation about where the club is going in the next 2 or 3 years, because he hasn't got 5 years, 6 years to say, let's see how it goes. He needs almost instant success now. Alex Lacazette has actually spoken about the 3 years spent with Arsenal. He says, 3 years since I joined Arsenal and I've enjoyed every single day of it. Thanks to my teammates, all the staff and fans for all your support. Hashtag trust the process. Well, not only this, talking about it, Arteta has spoken about Lacazette's contract situation and everything because he had a pre-match conference before the Leicester City game. So let's talk about more things. Did you know from 2000 to 2006, Zinedine Zidane was the only non-Arsenal player to win French Player of the Year, with Henry winning it 5 times and Patrick Vieira winning once. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been urged to seek assurances by Sol Campbell. Now here's the whole conversation that he actually spoke about, that he's got to settle down and have a conversation with the manager, and he needs to have a clear understanding of what they are looking to spend, who they are trying to get in. It's going to come down to trust. Can he trust the club to say, right, we're looking for X, Y, and Z. We're going to bring 2 or 3 players in, and I think they'll push us on to really challenge for the top 4, or really, you never know, the Premiership. That's really great, isn't it? Well, talking about more stuffs, Jose Mourinho is really not happy with the whole, talking about the whole Facebook post he is hit out at Arsenal social media post. He says, you only enjoy the problems of others when you are also in trouble. In the end, it says more about them. They don't have much to celebrate. They have to get every opportunity to do it. I think they were top of the league or fighting for top 4 in a good moment. They wouldn't enjoy the problems of others. They're in a very similar situation to us in the table. In the end, it says more about them that they don't have much to celebrate. You only enjoy the problems of others when you are also in trouble, is what I said. Arteta, yes, I don't believe that was Arteta that posted. I don't believe it was Xhaka or another captain to be the champion of North London means nothing for me. because I think you have to be much bigger than that and have much more ambitions than that. Yes, I would like to finish in a better position in the table than them, but again, I want my team to be bigger than that. I want my club to feel bigger than that. Yeah, tomato, tomato. But moving on, Crystal Palace plot £25 million transfer swoop for Celtic star Odson Edward. Unfreaking believable. I mean, if he goes to Crystal Palace, I know what's going to happen. Crystal Palace I have completely understood how Crystal Palace manage their players in the transfer market by inflating the price. If Odson Edward comes in and scores 10 to 12 goals, that will be enough for Crystal Palace to actually put a 50 million price tag or probably a release clause in his contract that they're going to give him. And the problem is, if he's been getting he would get attracted he would attract interest from other clubs, then they will make him sign a new contract in his next year itself, and that increase that to 75 million or 80 million, and that is what they're going to ask him, and probably destroy the future of this player. I believe this. That's why Crystal Palace are the worst things. I mean, they're the worst. But moving on, we're talking about Genduzi. David Onstein says, I think there have been some other incidents in training where his general standard of behavior haven't been up to scratch. Arteta is not going to be told what to do with this player. He is going to make his own decisions. Totally. I completely agree with that. And talking about Mikel Arteta, some Monday motivation for you guys, posted by Arsenal on Twitter. Here's a quote from Arteta. He says, it's a long process, but the hardest thing is that the continuity all the time, that we don't come back to where we were and go back to bad habits. If we do that, then we will compete every game. Well, not only this, here's a football talent scout, Jacek Kulig, actually posting about a super product of Hayland, Arsenal's youth academy, brilliant 16-year-old midfielder Charlie Patino. He's considered to be one of the most talented teenagers at Arsenal, along with Folren Balogun, Sam Greenwood, Trey Coyle, Tyrese John Jules, Daniel Oyegoke, Zayn Munlus, and Miguel Aziz. It's beautiful, isn't it? But Steve Bruce has opened up about San Maximan. Well, he signed a 6-year deal last summer. 6-year deal, can you believe that? He says, there's no chance of Alan leaving. No chance at all. Every player in the world has got their price, but Alan has only just arrived. But my question is, who signs a 6-year deal? What was the player thinking? I don't know. But Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and the whole Arsenal contract situation is really up to task. But let's talk about Mikel Arteta. He says, we're on a good run. We've got some momentum and we are getting to a crucial point of the season where we are going to face the top teams in the next 2 weeks, and we're just trying to get prepared as well as we can. And talking about more stuffs, he said, he was asked on how he relaxes. He says, my bed. I sleep when I can, but as you said, TV and movies, yes, sometimes. I just finished one right now, but unfortunately the movies that I am watching now are Leicester, Tottenham and Liverpool, and all these other games. And talking about Emiliano Martinez, Arteta said he's been very respectful and very patient, and now that he has the opportunity, he's grabbing it. But at this level, it's not about 2, 3, 8, or 10 games. It's about the consistency over a lot of games, and that's what he needs to prove now. Martin Keown has opened up about the whole Arteta situation. He says they're looking so much resolute as a group. That was the best performance under Arteta. It's not easy to pick up playing a new system, but everyone knew their roles and their responsibilities. I'm immensely impressed with Arteta. I'm immensely impressed with Arteta. I think that's the first statement where I think this is the manager now to take Arsenal forward. The tactics, he had 2 days to prepare, whereas Nuno knows the system inside out, and Arsenal were magnificent in the way they dealt with that. It's definitely a turning point. I really like the way they work together as a team. They were always in contact with each other. There was no space at all for Wolves. They could just mop up nicely at the back. And talking about it, George Graham has spoken about Kieran Tierney. Wow. George Graham says, when I first went to Arsenal, I knew I had to rebuild the club, and that was the kind of player I wanted to bring in. I had come to a club with good players, but I wanted to really shake things up, and having players who are hungry gives you that. You look at a player like Tierney, who has so much potential, and you get the feeling that he will give everything on the park. He has that will to win, and you can't coach that desire. It was always the case that the Scottish players were known for their full-on energy and commitment, and Kieran looks a bit like that. He does look like that, a throwback. He had a tough time with a bad injury, but there are signs that we are going to see the best of him now. Well, these were the news of the day. I hope you enjoyed whatever came your way. All the views and news and everything about Arsenal comes on this platform every single day, twice. So sit back, relax, and enjoy all the news that comes on this platform. I will see you in my next video. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe. We're not far off, guys. Help me up, man. Help a guy out. 25 subscribers, and we are there with 5,000 subscribers. Help me up, Matt.